Hey guys, what's going on? This is D-Bird here, and I'm here to give y'all a review on, like a review, a recap video on a regular show. I just wanted to talk about it since I binged watched the whole thing, catching up to it, and it was a lot of episodes, a lot of episodes to catch up on, but I got through it. I started with season 7, episode 23, Guys Night 2. Now I'm on the latest episode, No Train, No Game, and so far, to me, the series is going in a good direction. When I first picked it back up, I felt like it was a little shaky. Going back to Guys Night 2, it was normal regular show. They were doing their normal park stuff, and then something weird would happen. I'm glad Thomas got his freedom in the end of that episode. But with the episodes going on, it was normal regular show. It was still funny and whatnot. Then they had the dome come in, and I'm just gonna be talking about some of the highlights of the series, and I think the dome was one of the highlights of the series because when the dome showed up, I thought it was gonna be like typical regular show fashion, that they get rid of the dome in 1 2 episodes, but when it went through multiple episodes, mini episodes, and they were still doing their regular stuff, and then they had to deal with the dome also, and the researchers, it got me more invested into the story because when you regular shows, I like what they do, where they can continue to be episodic, but also have a underlying subplot that's going to show up in a later episode, big time. And when the reveal happened with the dome, it kind of blew my mind because I was not expecting any of that to happen. So, but the dome stuff was funny. When they went to space, it took me a while to get used to it because to me, it departed from its regular formula of it's a normal everyday park, and then they go through some normal stuff, and then something weird happens, and it gets all crazy and out of hand. When it went to space, I felt some of the jokes weren't landing with me, and the formula was changing. I didn't know how I felt about it. But it took me some time to warm up. But I got used to it, and I feel like the later episodes in season 8, when they started putting down the main storyline of Pops is the chosen one, I felt like the episodes got more focused and a lot more things were happening, and I started liking more when they started focusing on the actual story and what they was trying to do. So I felt like that was a good thing. I just wanted to talk about a few episodes that I picked out that I had some moments in there that I was like, okay, I can see. So the episode with when they first got to space, not when they first got to space, when they first got to the space station, and Benson was trying to go home. I didn't understand how nobody else on the team. I see how they were trying to keep him there because it was more of an important thing. I didn't see how anybody else felt that Benson was right because they were basically in that situation. I felt like I could relate to Benson. Like I was forced on this mission against my will to go and terraform a new planet, and I didn't sign up for this. I was forced into this for no reason, and when they did, I like how they did it with the simulation. They put the doors next to each other, but when they went to the simulation, that was the freaking worst case scenario he got. And I felt weird that there was no Pam in the simulation because I felt like that's one of the reasons he would go back to Earth. But it was a simulation, so it doesn't matter in the end. And then an episode that I really did like, my favorite episode of season 8 so far, is Terror Tales from the Park, the latest Terror Tales from the Park. And I felt that was the greatest episode so far to me in season 8 because just the last part with the bad roommate alien referring back to aliens, I loved it. That episode had me rolling. That was the most laughs I've had in the series so far. Well, in this season so far, that was the best episode. And the references with Akira and stuff like that, it's great. And I feel like throughout this whole season of season 8, there's a ton of references that you can just go in and look and reference this, reference that. And then even season 7 had some good references. And I feel, well, season 8, they had like Star Wars references, alien references, and references to all these other type of things. I'm like, geez, who's writing these shows? Like, isn't like the person in there is just a big like sci-fi nerd or yeah, sci-fi nerd or whatever, and they're just putting all these little their own inputs into the show. And I was like, that's great. When you can catch some of the references that are like very subtle, and you see it for a quick second. I feel like that's great. But I feel like the series is going well so far. I like where it's going. I did not expect that Pops would be like a chosen one. I didn't know how, at first when they started presenting it, I didn't know how I felt about it. Then they started showing anti-Pops and things like that. And I was like, okay, I see. And then when they started going on with the storyline after the tree base got attacked by anti-Pops, I felt like this is going somewhere good, because I feel like it's developing the characters even more, even though we have plenty of development. Because now I'm seeing them. I like seeing them like work together. And now they're like a unit, a family, trying to help each other no matter what. And they got to stick together, help Pops get through this thing, get through defeating anti-Pops, so the universe won't get destroyed again. And then I want to talk about that also. I feel like Pops is going to do something different this time, because the Wise Master was like, every time they go to a stalemate and they both destroy each other, that the universe starts over again, and he gets a tattoo on his body every time. So I feel like Pops is going to do something different, even though now I feel like he's OP after no train, no game. I feel like he's really OP. So I feel like Pops is going to do something different this time, where the universe isn't destroyed, or it could be destroyed. I mean, regular show, so whatever they do. But I feel like Pops now is kind of different, and even if the Wise Master wants Pops to destroy anti-Pops, you can't live in a universe where there's no, because it's stated that anti-Pops is the ultimate evil and Pops is the ultimate good. So if you destroy ultimate evil, you live in a universe with ultimate good everywhere. There is no evil. And I feel like that you can't, one has to balance out the other. That's why they always have to exist. So something's going to happen where like Pops does something to anti-Pops that like imprisons him or makes him feel some type of way. I don't know what they're going to do. Instead of just, I feel like they're going to slug it out, but then Pops is going to, and Pops and the other park crew is going to work together to figure out a different way to help stop this. So that's my thoughts so far. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm planning on doing some more videos on regular show and some other shows. Alright, y'all stay safe out there, and D-Bird out.